Hello and welcome back to our third and final part of our Gibb River Road experience as we head eastwards towards Kununurra. So this little section basically is the last remaining part as you head towards the Northern Territory. A few little stations to see along the way, enjoy some scones, a bit of a drink, catch a bushfire, cross the big river and then finally end up at the gorgeous Questro Station. And back on the road again, a mixture of bitumen, gravel corrugations, you name it, it's all still there. We didn't have to get to Ellenbrae for another night because we'd actually already booked our spot there, so we decided that we would camp at the Hahn River. Really popular place, like most of the river crossings that you find. Beautiful with big gum trees, lovely water to swim and refresh yourself in. Pretty little spot to camp. Lovely because it's actually got beach sand, not rocks that you just accidentally slip into the water on. Can't see anything in the water, so that's a good sign. Mind you, they do always say to be croc wise, but I don't think there's any in here. So whilst we were travelling along on the way to Ellenbrae, we could actually see some smoke up ahead and what looked like to be a serious burn off by the locals. It wasn't a natural bushfire, I think they were just burning off, but pretty spectacular all the same. Driving into Ellenbrae Station, we were pretty pleased that we'd actually booked a spot for the night well ahead because there were lots of caravans there. They've got gorgeous lush grounds where they have a beautiful little cafe that overlooks all the tropical plants, and of course we did have to try some of their scones. Now I'll be perfectly honest, I can make scones myself, so quite whether these are the best I know of, I can't really say. So let's see what this little drive has bought. We got some spaghetti. And my little dust catchers have been there, but you can still getting a fair amount of dust on there. So I will, the table's dropped again, but that's okay, that's normal. So I'll go get some water, and these herbs keep coming down that water pump. Oops. So I'll go get some water to give the place a bit of a clean up. Now there are a couple of cute little water holes that are located pretty convenient to the campground, but of course this one was actually a little bit small, so it was inundated with families. Not even families, just one or two families and a dog. So we did a quick plunge and then disappeared. It's worth noting that at Ellenbrae Homestead they have really good facilities. The toilets and the camping areas are set up beautifully. Showers are a little bit quirky for a fun experience to see the stars overhead at night time. Really nice setup. That night it was actually a full moon and we could see it just slowly peeking its way up through the gum trees. Gorgeous. On our way out we went out to see Sandy Gorge and the Sandy Waterhole, which is very close by to the campground. Easy little drive in, beautiful little spot to have a bit of a dip just before we head back onto the road. One of the major rivers that we crossed today was actually the Durack River, named after Michael Durack, who was one of the early pioneers and explorers of this region. And there was a homestead here, but in 2002 it was destroyed by floods. So you learn to savour those moments of rare bitumen while you're on the Gibb River Road, because the rest of the time you're pretty much bouncing around. Now we'd actually decided to do a little bit of a side trip, a four-wheel drive one, skirting the main road, but when we pulled over we discovered we had a flat tyre. So thankfully we were in a pull-off area, we weren't actually on the main road, so we weren't having cars and trucks going past us continually kicking up dust in our face while we changed the tyre. To make a little bag for this because it gets very untidy in there. I could make a little bag and keep everything nice and tidy. So from this viewpoint you could actually see the Coburn Ranges over there in the distance, and in front of that is the mighty Pentecost River that we have to cross. Before we get there, we head to Home Valley Station for a bit of a drink. Again, another really popular station stay with the families. These guys have got a swimming pool and a lot of old machinery that you can climb on, plus a pretty well equipped bar and little cafe area. And then it was time to hit the mighty Pentecost. There was a little bit of a line-up, but we managed to take our turn. As you can see, there are numerous caravans around at this particular crossing point, and we were going to set up camp along this river, but it was not easy to find a spot. It is packed. There are lots of people who are camping along the edge, big groups, small groups, kids, everything. So it did take us a little while to head down along the banks and then find our own little private spot. We did find our own little spot that was up elevated off the bank, so weren't too close to where the crocs were. But morning was a magical time, as you could look out and see there were pelicans and all the other water birds that were just down in front of us. And now on to Questro Station. Now this is a really big station. It's either at the beginning or the end of your Gibb River journey. It has a lot of beautiful gorges to see, so we'd actually decided to spend a few nights there. Our first gorge before we went inside to go and camp in the main homestead area is Emma Gorge. It is about a 1 hour walk in, and you go past beautiful clear water that is almost like a turquoise colour. They will stop you from entering the gorge in the height of the day, like around 2 p.m. So you do have to get there relatively early, but it takes about an hour to get in. There is a 65-metre waterfall at the very end of Emma Gorge, which is beautiful and lush and has little raindrops falling off around the ledges. So in the latter part of the day, we head into the main area of Questro Station, where we are camping in the station area. It's a big campground and it is owned by Discovery Parks, and it is packed. There are lots of sites, there's lots of glamping, caravans, tents, all of it. We were just lucky enough to have a spot by the river, so we weren't so enclosed by neighbours. Questro is really well set up for tourism. Each hiking trail has its own map and key points along the way. We decided that we would go and do the Champagne Springs walk, which was actually a 10-kilometre walk, 5 in and 5 out. Probably one of the longest walks and hikes that they have there. Best thing about this walk was the simple fact that we were pretty much the only ones walking it.
Look at the native beehive up there on this giant bohab. Are they European waspels or something? Quite big. You can tell by the size compared to peat. Right, bit of a boggy mess, this one. I don't think I can safely judge the rocks, so I might just have to get my feet. Oh, that was a big dip down. I'm worried my shoe's going to get sucked under. Oh shoot, if I stay too long it will. Right, you might want to take your boots off, Pete. Oh, you're trying the delicate way, are you? And I just walked straight through the middle. That was a bit silly. Oops.
A lovely walk, but there are plenty of shorter walks where you can get just as much beautiful gorge scenery and waterholes. Best thing about this one was the fact that we were the only people there.
It's pretty. First little pool. Champagne Springs. I'm coming.
I can dive in, can't I?
Very shallowly.
Yeah. Oh, I could have got the camera wet. Oh, So you might be wondering what this is all about. Well, this is a traffic jam to get out into the gorges early in the morning. There is a one-way river crossing and it's pretty rocky, pretty bumpy, and so when people want to get out and get into the gorges at the beginning of the day, this is what happens. Our first walk for the day was Amali Gorge. Pretty easy walk of only about 3.5 kilometres for an around trip. Beautiful hike, and it was really good as it was at the early morning of the day. Like a lot of gorge walks, you often think that you get to the end point when you first hit a big waterhole. However, continue on because you'll end up at the larger one and a beautiful waterfall. as we headed back along to the car park, there were a couple of other little spots that were a little bit steeper than we remembered. Always a bit scarier going down than going back up, especially when you've got to cling onto trees on the side of a wall. But we went there and then went for another dip, as you do. That one hike took pretty much most of the morning, so of course then for the afternoon we did want to actually try the four-wheel drive track that was out to Explosion Gorge. That, if you look at the terrain, this is what the terrain you're dealing with at El Questro is looking like, and our first protocol was to cross the river. Big shags on the rock. So this track is only about 18 kilometres long, but they do recommend you take about 3 hours to get there and back because it is so rough and rocky. Explosion Gorge was so worth it. The afternoon sun shining on that sheer cliff face of the brilliant red is just simply stunning. So, of course, while we're heading back, we decide that we would actually go to Brunko's Lookout, which is even more of a four-wheel drive track because it's pretty much virtually straight up. This was a one-way road that was, I'll be honest, I was absolutely petrified because I was one on the edge of the cliff there. The worst part was that as we rounded this corner, we ended up going straight into the sun, couldn't see another vehicle coming towards us, and there was very little room for movement. Somehow they got past us. I still don't know what happened. And we managed to slowly crawl our way up to the top, but boy, was it worth it. I think we just about had enough adventure for one day, so we headed back down the hill and back to our campsite. So the following morning was our last morning at El Questro, and we decided to see Zabidi Springs on our way out. Well, you know, there's a lot of hype around this, but to be perfectly honest, yes, it is a beautiful location, beautiful spot, but when you have to share it with literally hundreds of other people, it doesn't make for a pleasant experience. So you can only go there in the morning, so you try to get there at 8 a.m. because they will shut it down by 12 p.m, including all the tour groups, so they can't get there. And beautiful walking through the Liverstonia palm trees and all that, and you are met with gorgeous thermal pools. But you know what? Good luck trying to find a spot to A, park your bag and your towel, and then B, looking for a pool that you will actually be able to just sit in and pretend is your safe zone. This is my safe spot. So relaxing for all of about 20-30 minutes, and then it was like, okay, been there, done that, yep, take the photo, and then yep, again, another one of those romantic moments, which it is not. Done it, been there, out of there. So that's pretty much the end of our Gibb River Road adventure. Next one is up the Kurungi track as we head towards Kununurra. So thanks so much for watching this little episode, and we look forward to seeing you next time. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye.